So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends and Query Vintage, my name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube, and I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot, to communicate energies to you guys, most fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here and that you guys found me. For those of you guys that are returning, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful to be here doing your reading again today. Today's reading is super exciting. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today, and we're looking at a connection you have on your mind and how close are you and this person coming into union. Okay, so first of all, union is the highest state of coming together in regards to a soul connection. So this could be a high-level soulmate. This could be finding the one. Okay, this could be your twin flame. This could be whoever you're supposed to meet and haven't met yet. This could be someone you have met and are not together. Okay, together meaning coming into union, whatever union looks like based on whatever is divinely orchestrated by the creator. So I kept hearing 5 piles, but to be honest, I didn't even want to do 4. Okay, so I do feel like maybe there might be a connection here that is missing. And if we, by the end, feel as though maybe there's another reading we need to do tomorrow or this week, then I will most likely do another reading like this. Okay, so if you don't find your connection here, then there could be another connection that pulls through in another reading at a later date. Okay, now I will be doing an extended reading only so that this reading isn't 5 hours long. Okay, can't promise it's not going to be already 5 hours long, but the extended reading is looking at what you can do specifically in regards to coming into union. So it's more like guidance for you. Okay, so if you're not in union with self, meaning harmonized, crystallized, balanced, coming into whatever highest state that you're able to, based on when the divine thinks you're ready for a connection, then that will be guidance in regards to what you can do specifically. Okay, but this is looking at the connection between you and the person that you're coming here to look at. Now, if you haven't met this person, then it's going to talk about the state in which this person most likely is at and what's going to need to happen here in order for this person out there in the cosmos to come into union with you. Okay, so they could be in another connection. This person could be someone from your past. This person could be someone you haven't met. This could be someone you're currently with. There is no real set rule here, okay? If this sounds like another person, then potentially you could be coming into union with someone else unexpectedly here, okay? But don't force anything for your story. And of course you have free will, so you don't have to do anything with anyone that you don't want to. Okay, these are going to be the 4 options, but I will hold up the decks that we're using for today's reading for those of you guys who care to know what I'm using. Okay, so we will be using the Blind Spot Oracle, and as well as the Sacred Destiny Oracle. We'll also be using the Kim Kranz Wild Unknown Oracle. We'll be using the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle. And my favorites is the Mystical and the Mystical and the Love Oracle from the Enneagram Oracles. Okay, and also the Mirror Oracle here. Okay, this didn't have a box, but it's from Etsy. All right, so these are the cards we'll be using for each of the readings today, and I will leave the video running for a bit. Use your intuition in regards to being called into whatever pile. Now, it could come through solely one energy, and it could be either your energy or your person's energy in regards to whatever's needing to happen to come into union. If you're already in union with yourself, then it could just be your person's energy. If they're not ready, if they're still working through stuff, this could be solely a mirror back in regards to where you're at. Okay, if your person's sort of out of the picture here, maybe only your energy pulls through, but my intention is for the connection and what you're sort of needing to know in order for you guys to understand how close you are to coming to union, okay? So I will leave the video running. I'll put the timestamps below. These are the 4 options here. Option number 1 is the Tarot Obscuro. Option number 2 is the Lucid Minds Tarot. Option number 3 is the Heavenly Bloom Tarot. And option number 4 is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Okay, so sit with this energy, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, gorgeous angel. Pile number 1, you guys picked the Tarot Obscuro and this crystal right here. Pile 1, let's get into your reading. So where shall we put this? Let's just move it out of our way altogether. Although I will leave your crystal over here. So we're going to be looking at pre-shuffled oracle cards. Okay, I've not looked at them, and I asked Spirit specifically for group 1. How close are they to coming to union with the energy of the person either on their mind or whoever's coming in, or just getting into union in general, whatever that means. Okay, and this is why I didn't do a catch-all at the beginning in regards to what is union, because union looks different depending on every connection. Okay, and so we'll see what this is all about here, but I could be getting just one energy. Okay, I could be getting the energy of the connection. And so it's up to you to understand whose energy this belongs to, if it's the connection, if it's yours. Okay, now, if you are not involved with anyone, this could be the energy of someone that's coming in regards to when you are in union, or the Spirit will communicate what we need to know about your union. Okay, so it could be a high-level soulmate, a twin flame. Label doesn't really necessarily matter so much as it is the messaging here. There will be an extended reading, okay? And we'll look at what you can do in regards to getting closer to union, if there's anything within your ability or what you're sort of working through. And that will be available to the Sustaining Membership group, okay? And if I don't have it available today, it will be available as soon as I post it, okay? So keep on the lookout for that members only, and it'll only be available through the membership. Okay, unfortunately, that's how it's going to work for this reading. So you can join the membership if you'd like, but if you can't make it there, then just know Spirit is delivering everything you need to know. There's nothing more. Spirit knows that you can't join, and that's absolutely fine. You're not missing anything at all. Okay, so let's take a look at the energy for pile 1, Spirit, in regards to coming into union, and whatever union looks like for pile 1, and the connection that they're inquiring about, or / what's coming in for them in regards to union. Okay, clear and concise message regarding pile 1 and how close they are to coming into union. Clear and concise message. Thank you so much, pile number 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 1. Spirit, thank you so much. I'll pull one more. Okay. Slide that over. All right, let's take a look at our oracle cards, shall we? So we have honesty, directness, integrity, probity, truth, loyalty, morality. Number 3 and 93, rational quality, growth level, with the solar plexus. We also have supporting, 107 and 8, return to the world, growth level, becoming compassionate, ethical, social justice, human rights, promoting equality, altruistic leadership, defending the oppressed. Type 8, the challenger, instinctive center between strength and weakness. Okay, and then we also have vulnerability, 17 and 8, inner call, sensitivity versus power, compassion, justice, gentleness, emotions depth, anger management, type 8, the challenger, instinctive center between strength and weakness. So I have some shadow and some light here. I feel there's some external and some internal coming through here, as well as the solar plexus. So we have message. And we also have resistance, 25, and the number 7. We also have change with the little horse that's being airlifted by the air balloon. And we also have the mirror, 68. Right? Yes. So we have 14, which is temperance energy. So Sagittarius energy with the mirror. Okay. And then we also have 1010 with reunion, reconciling differences. And we have the black and the white again. I was getting the black and the white with the squirrels, yin and the yang. Okay. So let's take a look at the tarot. So we have the Magician. We have this card, which is special in this deck. Okay, it's a lock that's shaped like a heart. Fascinating. And then we have the 5 cups. It is in reverse. Okay, and then we also have, I like the way these cards feel. So we have the Emperor. Oh my goodness. Card number 4 in the major arcana. So we have 2 major arcanas. This is considered kind of a major arcana because it is not special to this deck. There's strong energy coming from this. Okay, so we have Aries here, Virgo, Gemini here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Wow. And then we have the 2 Pentacles, and under the 2 Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So just let me sit here with this energy, and then I will begin to channel. I want a specific wand for this reading, if I can. So, I should probably pull it before, but it's become my habit. No, for this reading, of course, it's the one that's all the way shoved. Hard to get at. Okay, let me sit here with this energy. You guys can skip ahead. Okay, beautiful angel. What beautiful energy here. Thank you, Spirit, for the clear messaging for us today. This feels like one energy, okay? And it's most likely your person's energy. If you don't know this person, then this is what the person you'd be coming into union is sort of having to work through. This could be your own energy and what you're needing to sort of work through here, okay? Take what resonates for you, for sure. Okay. But I do feel like a lot of you guys know this person, and this person does feel like a divine masculine energy, not gender, but energy. Okay, so I'll read some signs here. Take it as confirmation, but it doesn't have to be your sun sign or your person's sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay, but it could be prominent in your charts for sure. Okay, we have Virgo, and we have Gemini. We have Aries. We also have Cancer, Taurus, Libra, and Aquarius energy, and Sagittarius. Okay. But like I said, they can have a sign that's outside of this. But what's going on here? This person, before knowing you, okay, has been called. This connection is divinely orchestrated here by the universe to get this person to shift. And it's so that they can shift their perception. And I think their biggest understanding of themselves has to change before they start to see the world in a different way, before this person can come into union. Okay, but there is an energy here of union is inevitable. If you click this pile and you resonate with this reading, And if you know who this person is and what I'm about to channel sounds like the person you're dealing with, then union is inevitable once this person sort of processes however long it takes. Now, I don't give timing. Okay, so this video is about, will you, like, how close are you for coming into union? If your person sounds like they're in the energy that I'm about to channel, then you're close to union. Any reader that gives you timeline is blowing smoke. Okay, we could do a best guess. If it shows up in the cards, then it could be, relatively soon, meaning weeks, could be months. And if it's slow going energy, it could be years, right? But this inevitability is like, once this person works through this and you resonate with seeing these characteristics or these changes happening within this person, then you'll know this is the person and this is what they're working through, you're working through for union. Okay, but we do have the mirror here. And so I do feel very strongly that this person's lessons are specific to them. Although I do feel in this connection, both of you guys would be going through massive, massive changes. And it could be the structure sort of the same internally, the way that you see yourself, the dialogue and the relationship you have with self is being completely shifted and transformed in order for the outside world to shift so that both of you guys can come together. Now, that's very broad, but this is what this mirror is talking about. But I feel like it's very profound. And I feel like both of you guys will be mirroring this back to each other. Like it's something that only is seen through this connection, meaning I never realized or saw myself in this way, or this being an issue with me, or a concern of mine, or this shadowy part of me, or this thing that I was carrying. Unbeknownst to me, I was carrying an energy that I was either using as safety, as protection, as a coping mechanism, or just as the way I thought I had to be, or the way that I thought I was, for both sides, I feel here, okay? But I do feel just sort of one predominant energy. And you guys are like, get to it, Linda. This person has been in strong resistance to change in their world and their growth for life here. I feel this is somebody who said, fuck it. I do not. And I'm going to make a conscious choice to not get involved in anything that would hurt me again. Again, it could be I experienced divorce as a child, or a very painful relationship. Whatever happened to this person, we don't see when it happened, how it happened, but they decided, okay? And if it wasn't conscious, because for some of them, it's just like, and I'd rather not, and then think that this is the choice they're making. Like, I'm not a relationship person. I'm not somebody here who feels emotions. I'm not somebody here who wants to experience a relationship. So this could be somebody who is single, who came out of a divorce, who might have had a very difficult parental relationship upbringing with their parents, or observed a divorce or abuse, or neglect in some way, or something that made this person feel as though they don't want to get in any sort of connection at all when it comes to having to open themselves up again, ever. Okay, very tight, very solid. So this could be somebody who is non-expressive, somebody who has a hard time showing their emotions. This could be somebody who doesn't let a lot of people in. This could be someone who's very avoidant, who might be running, who might be challenged. Okay, but this could be when you've met them. Okay, whatever point, but we're going to be sort of tapping into the growth here so that you know how close you are to union. This person could be definitely resisting you initially, this connection, acknowledging this connection. And so they're working through a lot of this misconception that they carry about why it is that love shouldn't be for them. And so this blocked them in regards to manifesting their ability, one, to have a relationship, but also this could be somebody here who almost feels like their power and their control comes from everything that they're able to control. So this could be somebody who really gets involved in like their work. This could be somebody who likes to focus on their extracurricular activities. So they could be very, into their side hustle and their work. Like, it just seems like somebody who seems very in control of their world in some way, But I do feel like this person has to come to an understanding and works through seeing that they need to work better with the universe here in order for them to come to a higher state of manifestation, of happiness for them. And so I feel like this person does go through a push-pull within them that's reflected on their outside world. And so you might experience this person as it may be seemingly like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And so again, like uncommitted, because it's like, are you going to be fully in? Can you be fully in? Do you ever want to be fully in? What is the plan here? This person is very much tight-lipped about the future. There's something coming through, strong Aquarius energy, okay, about communicating a desired sort of wish for the future. And I feel like this person does have big wishes here to be happy, as we all do. Okay. But I feel like this person has a lot of fear in having hope that if they commit to what they want for themselves for the future, and it doesn't happen, then I did the thing that I said I shouldn't ever do. And my greatest fear happens, and this person could think that they've been working really, 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 really hard to overcome this pain, or just avoid having to deal with that pain, because it's easier just for me to pretend it's not there, and I won't have to experience it ever again. Good. Like, the door is shut to this. I don't have to look at it. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to heal it. And now I can have control of my life and get involved in my world. It seems very black and white and very simple, if that's the way that we could move on without emotion, but that's not true. And Spirit is saying that this connection is a wake-up call from the universe for this person to see from a different perspective that's more enlightened. So a higher state of consciousness for sure for this person to see beyond their perspective. And this is going to take them tapping into their authentic self, the pure self. And so this person has something about freedom, independence, and this comes from a state of control rather than, and of course we are all free. Of course. Okay. We are free beings. Nobody owns us. Nobody controls us. Okay. And it's not because we're doing anything to be free and to not be controlled. It's because we're divine beings that cannot be controlled. There's no way anyone can control us. This person has a lot of fear of being controlled, so they could have been in a controlling relationship that created this pain, or just observe their parent, one parent being more aggressive and controlling, and it's like, I want to control my destiny. I want to be the master of my ship, in charge, and I don't feel like this person wants to be in a relationship where they control their spouse and say, do as I say, no, but it's like, I want to be in control of my own future. Therefore, I must ensure that pain doesn't creep in here, that I don't give it to any unknown, like, what's it called? Open the crack open to any unknown substances or experiences, or unknown, what's it called? I'm getting sciencey terms. This person could be very much in their mind, again, with Mercury here, okay, with the Magician. And so they're very much mind over heart. It doesn't mean this person doesn't feel deeply or doesn't have feelings, okay, but I feel like they constantly default to the mind because it's easier, and I could feel a sense of control here, a false sense of control, but it's like, what's the science terminology? An unknown substance into the mix, something that could have a reaction that I can't control in some way, right? And so a relationship opens this door to possibility that makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I want control in my own future here. And so I keep it behind lock and key, very tight, It could be somebody very cold as well. Like, when it comes to engagement, it's like, does this person ever show emotion? Why are they cold to me? You might feel, and so because something's mirrored here, we know that there obviously is something deeper, something beautiful, something beautiful, because I think you tap into this person's world underneath all of this and what's going on, that this person could be very sensitive, but there's a need to be vulnerable. There's a need to allow oneself to feel. There's a need for one to allow this to happen, it would be unjust for this person to go their whole world cutting out relationship because of an experience of the past that they're not, that it might hurt them again. It's not a just thing that the universe wants this person to experience. Now, for some of you guys, we have this reconciling differences, okay? If you don't have a history with this person, I feel a lot of you guys do. Okay, this could be a runner. This could be someone you could still be dealing with this person. This could be someone you're in no contact with. This could be somebody who you have an experience with for sure. But what I'm really getting with the reconciling differences, it's like the experience I had with the past. I must reconcile this within me so that I'm able to navigate in the world from a higher state of acceptance and open myself up to relationship. And not that everyone needs to be in relationship, but as humans, we are designed to experience and connect on a deep soul level. And our true nature is that of love. Okay, and love, it doesn't have to be romantic, but at least opening what's behind this door, allowing our heart to flow. Unconditional love for all. Unconditional love can be experienced by this person, and it could manifest in way of a romantic relationship as well. We don't know unless we see what's behind here and what we're destined to experience. And so this person is keeping their what they can control, or they think that they can control, although when they are shown the truth, there's nothing they can do against the universe's pull, this fated experience, regardless how many locks and keys and how solid they think they are here at guarding their heart. And I feel like you're the answer to this sort of key here, or at least your energy in regards to how spirit is doing this beautiful divine dance, is being mirrored back to this person to get them out of this state. Okay, and so I feel like I was saying, with this reconciling differences, there's going to be a point in time where you guys are able to come together and to work beyond the challenge. Okay, so how will you'll know you'll be coming into union when this person isn't obviously running away, when this person is showing signs slowly but surely, like they're starting to deal with some of their shadow, by showing up a little more vulnerable, by being more compassionate, by allowing their emotions to be seen, by expressing themselves in ways maybe they haven't in the past. Okay, now this doesn't mean all of a sudden overnight there's a complete different person and they're expressing everything. Okay, there might be points in time in which this person does become more vulnerable. Okay, but I feel like this is talking about over time, and who knows how long, like I say, because we don't know timing, but you would know because you'll see. And I do feel like when you meet this person, they are closed, okay, as a form of control, and that you are the one that reflects back to them this key, this answer to cracking open this ability to work through this, which who knows how it first starts off, like I say. And again, don't take any stories that aren't yours. If you don't want a challenging beginning with someone who seems closed off, who seems avoidant, who doesn't want to confront this, then this might not be your person. Although this could be someone who's gone through this already, and then you're mirroring back to them this relationship that allows them to be vulnerable because they work through this. But I doubt that highly, okay? But there might be. If that resonates for you, take it. But I feel like for this group, this really seems like someone who, when you first meet this person, it seems as though this person has a very hard time being vulnerable. They could be a person of few words, non-expressive when it comes to their emotions. Okay, they could talk a lot for sure. They could be someone who seems very confident. Okay, in fact, they want to appear very confident in front of you, and so they might, show like they know what they're doing, or even seem like they're certain about themselves and how they are and who they are. However, this is untrue, because I feel like this person, if you ask them, okay, well, where do you see me in your future? I don't know. Okay, well, then you're obviously not as in control as you think. And they could say something like, no one knows the future, but it's like, yeah, well, if you were to choose, if you were to manifest your own future, how do you see me in it? How do you want to play this out? Look out, and I'm not suggesting you say this, but look out, because this person doesn't want to say, well, I want you in my future, because then that means they open up the door to the fear, the thing they fear the most, which is, what if I lose you? What if I wish and hope that this is what happens, and then something happens like the past, and I've been really trying to not experience that pain and that suffering because it's left me with disappointment. And it could be many failed marriages, many failed relationships, or just one thing in which I decided, that's it, I'm done. Okay, and so the whole reason for this mirror is so they can manifest happiness and healing. So this is all about healing and faded, and it feels like very divinely orchestrated. It feels very magical. It feels very, very, very magical. It's like this person who will try to run at some point and be guided back to this connection. And you might feel the same way. This is something where these two lovers will just keep getting put together until the healing is done, And again, we do have free will to make choice here, but when the universe has the wheel, then it's like, this must be healed. Whether we do it in this lifetime, 10 lifetimes, be stubborn about it. If we ascend, it's up to us with free will. But this lesson is one of healing, one of ascension, one of connecting to the authentic self, meaning I cannot pretend my emotions aren't here. I can't avoid dealing with my deepest emotions. Okay, and this person seems with the Emperor here, and we even have anger management. This could be somebody who does get, like when you do see emotions, it could be somebody who seems like they have a chip on their shoulder, or just they're easy at expressing anger in some way, So it could be that they might get very defensive or pissed off or something like this, or if they feel like they're threatened, or there's something that might be calling them to be vulnerable. It's like, no, I'm going to argue that, argumentative. Okay, I feel like this person's highest calling here is, one, obviously the healing of this whole thing is being divinely orchestrated, but the highest calling here is that this person has an ability to provide to the collective here, return to the world. Once they're in this authentic, honest energy, once they deal with this egoic thing, because this is an egoic thing, this person might be very prideful, too proud to admit that they need anyone, or that they're could experience love. It's like, I don't need love. I don't need a relationship. I don't need, I'm good on my own. That's pride. And we could definitely be secure on our own, but not when it's driven from pain and an inability to be vulnerable because we don't want to be hurt. That's a whole different thing altogether. Okay, but their return to the world is like when they're authentic, when they've healed this thing. There's something about standing up for human rights, social injustices, and working with the collective, but this calling, they could already be involved in some capacity with this, okay? Because I do feel there's a humanitarian sort of energy here. There's a giving energy of this person. They might really, really like to volunteer or help others, or seem very compassionate for people who are challenged. This could be people with disabilities. This could be people who don't have enough here in the 3D world. This could be fighting, again, like I said, for human rights or social injustices that to them seem unjust. And so they could be an advocate here. They could go speak on certain topics or drive a lot of change here. And like I say, if they're not doing it already, there is a higher calling here for this person to get involved with this sort of line of work. Okay, and so I feel like it's one and the same here, because when this person works through a lot of this shadowy stuff, they see the truth of who they are, and they're able to connect with humanity a little bit better. They're able to empathize and come from this place of compassion. And like I say, compassion here doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go and be an empath and experience the people's pains and loss and that sort of thing. But we can open the heart and extend the compassion of understanding and acceptance and allow our emotions to feel however they feel. This person is really not wanting to feel emotions at all costs, whatever I can do to not have to feel. And so they definitely feel as though they've experienced deep, profound pain here and some experience, and it could be in a past life even. It's just something that they've carried, and who knows how long. I feel it's been a very, very, very long time. I feel almost like it's either a past life, a remnants of that, or as a young child. It feels almost dusty here. And this could be someone I feel who is either older in age and hasn't been in a relationship for some time, but like I said, it could be just, like I said, multiple failed marriages. but it feels very long time here. And even in that marriage, it could have been cold. It could have been, I shut my heart out during that marriage, you know, because I didn't feel seen or I didn't feel understood, and I felt very hurt. And so now I'm shut. This person seems defensive, prickly, okay, hard to get into and get close to, you know. And so with the Two Pentacles, like I said, it could be confusing if they do have periods where they do open up, because they are human, they're not subhuman. And if they do open up, it could be just like, whoops, I had a slip here, you know, because their feelings are there. And this wouldn't come out this way if this person didn't feel for you, you know, but it's more of like, you'll know that they're in union when the truest self here has the more vulnerable this person is able to be. And this doesn't mean that they're more clingy or that they're more having outbursts of crying, so much as it is able to speak their truth, how they truly feel. And I feel this person feels very deep. Okay, but it's like they have to shift how they're seeing themselves in regards to what it means to have control, and how they see relationship as it puts me in a place where I'm going to have to experience pain. And so this shadow of theirs really is the integration that gets healed, that gets understood through a period of time, however slow it happens here. Okay, and so beautiful angels, this is your reading for pile 1. I am doing an extended. Okay, if it doesn't come out today for the sustaining membership, then it will be sometime soon in regards to what you can do to come into union. And maybe you're already in union with yourself, but it's like, what can I do then here if this is my person or if this is me? Okay, and so I'll put the links down below once I do post the video at some point in time here, and I'll publish the video to the sustaining membership, but it's only available through the membership. And know that Spirit's delivered everything you need to know about this person. If you can't make it there, that's absolutely fine. Okay, beautiful angel. So this is your reading, pile number 1, and I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the Lucid Minds Tarot and the Lepidolite Pointed Tower. So we're going to get into this reading. I have pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at them, but my question was very simple to the divine in regards to the collective tuning into pile 2. How close are they into coming into union with either the connection that they're dealing with or with someone coming in? How close are they to union? Okay, so we're going to see what energy pulls through. Everyone's union story looks completely different. Okay, but we're having to obviously come into union with ourselves before we can have any sort of union out in the exterior world. Okay, as within, so without. So we're going to look at what pulls through here. This could be one energy. This could be the connection, or this could be your person. This could be you. This could be a blend of energies. Up to you to determine whose energy is what, whether it's connection, person, you, or them. Okay, I'm just reading this. And like I say, don't take any messages that aren't for you. And we will be doing an extended, although I don't know if I'm recording it today, okay, but that will be for the sustaining members only. And if you can't join us there, then know that you got every single thing you're needing, and that Spirit knew you couldn't join for whatever reason, and that's absolutely fine. You got everything you need to know here. Okay, and in that extended, we're looking at what you can do in regards to coming closer to union. Okay, so it's more like guidance and advice for yourself. So let's see, Spirit, clear and concise message regarding pile number 2. Now, if this, if you're not in a connection, this could be someone that you will be coming into union with. Okay, so just keep an open mind. If it sounds like someone that you are interested in, then like in dealing with, then this could definitely be your person, your story. Don't box anything out here. Okay, but also you're not stuck to any sort of story. So let's see, Spirit, clear and concise message for pile number 2 regarding the connection that they came here about, or a connection that is coming into union. How close are they to union with this person? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good regarding pile number 2. How close are they to union? How close is this person to union, this connection to union? How close? Clear and concise message for pile number 2. Okay, now I don't read timelines generally, Okay, usually we could see if it's fast, that would be within weeks. If it's mediocre, slow, it would be months. And if it's long, it could be years. Okay, this is why energy, we can't really pinpoint it, but we'll know by energy. So if this energy sounds like something you are currently witnessing, observing in a person or yourself, then you'll know you're close to union. Okay, so let's take a look. We have the Emperor. Interesting, fascinating. Aries energy, divine masculine. We have the King of Wands under that. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Wow. Strong Aries, strong fire, strong divine masculine. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Seven of Cups. And we have the Five of Wands in reverse. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So we had Wheel of Fortune and Emperor coming out for pile number 1. Okay, just so you know, so who knows how similar these two energies might be, but we'll see. So we have depletion, 71 and 8. And we have action. That's that Emperor energy here in this King of Wands. Look at the raging storm here. Okay, and then we have the Temple, 39. And then we have, remember your identity, 2-2, you can do it. Which is also 4, which is Emperor. Okay, and 22 is a master number, divinely guided relationships. Okay, 39 is 12, which is Pisces, which is Hangman. A change of perspective we get with that, or a period of enlightenment. So we have soul purpose. We see the A-frame ladder here. Ladders can speak of ascension as well. Okay, and we have 68 and 5. Initiatory ordeal, stress level. Uh-oh, this is the most depressing card, like I always say when I pull it. And this deck is massive. Okay, loneliness, entrepreneurial project, collaborative project, interdependency, physical change, social involvement, family responsibilities. Oh wait, maybe this isn't the one that's... No, this isn't the loneliest card. Sorry to scare you. I thought this was the loneliest card in the deck. There's one that's like super intense, okay, but it is still very lonely. So entrepreneurial project, collaborative project, interdependency, physical challenge, social involvement, family responsibilities, type 5, the observer thinking center between interior exterior with the blue, which is all about authentic expression. It's the throat chakra. Okay, and then we have marriage, 82 and 1, happy event, growth level, holy matrimony, ceremony, wedding, wedlock, sacred union, official commitment, type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go. And then we have 1-1. So 1-1-1, you guys might be seeing triple ones. Character, ego level, the friend, acquaintance, confidant, buddy, ally, fellow, intimate. Type 1, the perfectionist instinctive center between control and letting go. All right, let me tap into this energy and see what pulls through. Although there was something, yeah, there was this temple that was pulling through. I think I'll read this temple just to see, because I'm being called to read it. 39. Here it is. So it says the sanctuary, the shrine, and the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far-off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet, the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of all places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensually kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. When in light, reverence for all life as a sanctuary. When dark, idolatry, cults, strict spirituality. Okay. So let me sit here with this energy and channel what this is about. Okay. Beautiful angels. Remember what I say, this could be your energy. Okay. And it certainly could be someone you're already dealing with or who you'll be sort of coming into union with, but don't take any energy that doesn't feel right or that you're not pulled to or don't feel like that would be someone that you would connect with. Okay. Then it's not your reading, not your pile, but have an open mind because this could definitely be your own energy. Okay, I'll get signs out of the way of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and we also have Aquarius, and we also have Pisces and Taurus and Sagittarius, some Virgo, Gemini, okay? So I feel like this person is settling in their world, okay? I feel like this person doesn't see their value, and I feel like this person feels beat down by life. I almost feel like they've given up on themselves. I just can't. A victim of circumstance, that's what it seems like. And so, like, we'll get into what energy they sort of need to be in order to be close to union here. But I feel like this is sort of the process in which this person is working through. Spirit is saying they are being divinely guided, okay? Most likely by this connection, if you're here, okay, by the divine through a way of reflection and understanding, because the outside world is going to be a reflection of what's going on inside. And so if we feel like we can't, we don't have what it takes, we're not good enough, we're at the mercy of all of everything sort of coming in the way, then that's the life that we live. There's something here about a great truth that this person is being called to see within themselves. And I feel like this person is somebody here who is being woken up by the universe to, one, build the confidence in their ability to do something outside of what they're already doing because they're settling here. There's a version of them that they think is who they have to be and what they have to do. And so they might be very conditioned here and programmed. It could be that they're in a loveless marriage. It could be that this person is obligated, according to them, and committed to something that isn't necessarily fulfilling this person. This person has a great purpose here, okay? Like, obviously to experience love and union and connection with you, okay? Or with a person, if this is you. But there is something about following one's purpose and one's passion in order to invest in the collective here. And I feel like there is something about them being the leader of their own creation. And so for all of you guys, obviously it's something different, but it would be something that this person, it would be very good at. But it's their own business, their own project, their own development. Okay, like they can have a massive impact here on the collective, on the universe, and creating, like something that impacts the future of the world. And so they could have an art project, they could have a specific development that changes history. There's something very specific here, but I feel like this person is sort of trading their own self to sort of, it seems like a martyring type of energy. And so I do feel like this person could be in an energy initially that seems like they just put you automatically as out of their league, or someone who they're incapable of getting with, because the universe is the one that's going to lay out in front of them situation, which they are, but it's like situations I can't do anything about. And so I just completely gave away my power to saying I couldn't. But what's deeper than that is that they absolutely don't connect to the truest version of themselves that is capable of taking action in their world. And so they are still really tied to material world here. And they feel like if I'm not in a position to invest or to have this or have that in the material world, then I might as well stay put in some way. And so there's this belief Okay, a belief that has to be worked through here, which is how tied they are to the material world and how aligned they could be to trusting the divine to provide. And it's like the closer they are to allowing the universe to provide and surrendering and trusting that they will be provided for, then the closer they are to union. The more this person sort of says, I must be unhappy, I must attach to settling situations, I committed to this family or this responsibility, and therefore that's what I got to do. And there's nothing wrong with honoring commitment, but I feel like this is beyond this point here, because this isn't about honoring commitments, because this person can still be honorable and do what's best for them and find how to do this. But that would require trusting, that would require self-confidence in our ability to be empowered, to take power into our hands. And this person doesn't know how. And so they're just saying, well, then that means the universe hasn't given me this or that. It's like, no, it's already within you. And as long as we don't connect to it, we don't see it. And then we start to, or we continue to wear the face that we've always worn in the universe, that I am this provider, I must be here doing the thing that doesn't really fully fulfill me, fitting into the matrix or doing the 9 to 5 or staying in this thing. Okay, so there does feel like a very heavy Hierophant type energy here. It's like I've been programmed to do what I've been trained to do, because otherwise I'm bad, wrong, not good. And not only that, but it's like deep within, there's actually a lack of trust in the divine and trust in themselves to have success and to be able to still be honorable. And so it's like, I'm going to trade all my happiness here to do what's right, and then justify that is good. It's like, well, now you're just lonely, and that's not your great truth. So there's something here about when this person comes into union, working through their great truth, seeing beyond their material set of circumstances, finding the confidence and the ability for them to make decisions and speak their truth and say, no, this isn't aligned with my highest good. This doesn't feel right. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here, or I want to be involved differently, or I want to take different actions or steps. This feels out of alignment with how I emotionally feel, or my greater, deeper truth, or what I'm feeling spiritually, soulfully within me, and recognize this. And so this person seems like they give their power to others, to what's going on in front of them. And it seems like they aren't the master of their own sort of creator here, or creation, And so I feel like this person is a people pleaser. I also feel like this person doesn't like conflict, and also feels like if put in front of challenge, it's like, I'd rather just not to do it. And it's fine, because of course no one wants to have to deal with challenge. But the problem is that they see what what could make them happy, or their truest desire out there is something that I'm just would lose out. I just wouldn't win at getting that. I'd have to be this. I'd have to be that. I'd have to be able to do this and strong enough, or confident in that realm, and I'm not right now. I don't have the training, the experience, the money, the backing, the resource. It's like, no, that's just an illusion, a facade here, a way to stay safe and settle in your world. And of course, we only have this one life at this time, in this current moment. And so in this current moment, are we living truthfully, authentically to our soul's calling? Or are we putting up with the material world, saying that's just my set of circumstances? Oh, well. And so I feel like this connection, divinely guided, by the way, is a storm in this person's world. And I feel the storm gets darker and darker, where this person sort of has to deal with this bubbling truth of their emotions that are going on. There's a truth that's battling their exterior world, and it's going at it, and it gets very exhausting. So when you know that this person comes closer to union, it's like they're at the point here with depletion. It's like, I am no longer having that push-pull conflict within self. It got too overwhelming. My passion, my soul got too hungry, that I had to surrender to the divine, that I had to make decisions, even if I didn't know outcome, even if it put me out there, and trust that I have the ability and that the divine will protect me and that I have within me everything that I need in order to feel empowered to make the right decisions, to align myself with what's right for me, because the divine is always blessing me, that the divine knows what's best for me, that I don't have to be lonely, or I don't have to sacrifice emotion or partnership or true understanding here. My phone's ringing. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take that call. So this person is distracted in their world right now, a world of hurts in some way, and they're trying to focus on, and they could be trying to deal with their situation, circumstance at hand. But it's an old situation. It's a situation they're growing out of and have been grown out of for some time. It's misaligned. This marriage is misaligned. This job is misaligned. Their life feels misaligned. Now, it could be one major aspect or all those aspects, and so this person is being called to be truthfully honest, even if it seems scary, to make decisions here. It seems like it got super dark in here. Yeah, it's getting super dark in here. To make decisions, even if they don't know their way, So yeah, symbolic. It got all dark. It's like, how do I find my way through this, And it really seems like it could be foreign to this person. Like, there's so many things that I could do, and what if it doesn't work, or what if I all of a sudden do that and then it blows up, and it's like, no, trust the divine. But we have to, first of all, before we make just a decision sort of in the blind, it's like we got to connect to the core, the truth. And in order to do that, we must first just say what's not us, what is untrue. Because the more we let go and shed and become honest with what's not working, or what doesn't feel good, or what's played out, then it's like, okay, now I can see what remains, and now I make decisions based on that authenticity. But when we have a lot of noise around us, it feels to me this person has a lot of noise around them, and it could be something, again, it doesn't mean that they're busy in any way. They could be, but it's like, it feels to me like their environment has been the same environment for some time here. And now, as a result of the universe getting involved with this person, there is a storm that's been brewing, or it's going to brew when they are being called to take action. And so how we'll know they're close to union is like the internal world is no longer in conflict with self. I can no longer wear the false mask and pretend to be happy or just do the motions. They're being divinely guided to connect to the divine, to be honest about what brings them true, deep happiness without having to be what everyone else expects of them, or what they thought that they were trained to do, or to be the good guy or something like this. Okay. And so I do feel like there's a lot around their home life, but also I feel it is around work life as well. And I feel like this person feels like they abandoned themselves, and it's mostly about what they are able to do. Yeah, because I feel like there's a giving up energy, and it's like, I don't have it here, It's like, what do you mean? And I feel like maybe the connection between the two of you guys almost feels like, in the state that I am in, that leaves me to conclude that I don't have, so I can't be there. It's like, first of all, deal with what do you mean that you're in a place that you have to be? Because then you can provide, then you can be there. So it seems like somebody who can't be there for you. I must do this thing, must upkeep this other world. It's like, no, you're not being honest. You're creating your own suffering by telling yourself that that's something you must do or have to do. And then therefore it takes away from what you can do, because there's a can do here. Can do things different, can do things, and the universe, the abundant universe, will provide and support you and move you through this, and you'll be aligned for the greatest good, because there's something here that they can do. And so I feel like this person either keeps you in friend zone, or like wants you in their world somehow, but it's like, it's not fulfilling for you, I feel, So this could be somebody who is a friend of yours, who might have deep feelings. if you resonate with that storyline. And it's like, how do I support my friend out of this thing? You know, or it could be a friend of yours now that maybe is going through this, but you're not quite involved. Okay, because it's like this person that you're going to come into union with. So I do feel for some of you guys, it could be someone, you know, that's unexpectedly in your life already, like a friend, and that's going through maybe some form of a marriage here, you know, or some form of a job career crisis in some way, or they've been very focused on their career and they might have not have had time for a relationship too. But it's been like the mask. It's like, I must commit to this career. And that takes the front seat. And it's like, once I get that job or that, you know, open my business and whatever, and it's like such a focus here, and it's like removing from the truth, because the truth is that this person wants to be emotionally fulfilled inside, as we all do. And so they must align themselves with allowing that to flow and not to put all of their eggs in the basket of the must do's. And I feel like you feel, yeah, like how can I support this person? And maybe just you're their friend, or you should observe them going through this, and maybe you admire that there's someone who maybe seems like, oh, they're so confident in their work, or they're a good provider, you know, or they're a good father, or they're committed to their family, and I like how they're committed, you know, in some way here to whatever thing it is. But it's like, well, it's coming from a place of lack, really, at the end of the day, you know, and fear, and a lack of trust in their own self. So it's like, maybe what I'm getting is like really good at something too, you know, because just because it's like this mask doesn't mean they're not good at it. So it's like, I want to do the thing that I know that I'm good at. And so if I'm a good father, then I don't allow myself to explore any thing and say that that's my role. Then I am the father. It's like, yeah, but you're many other things too. You could still be this father and still have a life here, still connect to your spirituality, still make major changes. But it's like, there's some sort of crutch this person uses, you know, and I do feel they are good at it. Okay, they are good at it, and they might be very, like I say, business savvy, or have their own business, or are a boss in their field, or, you know, or just even if they are just like a single father, not just, but like a single father, you know, or they don't have work, but they have a commitment here to something. Because for some of you guys, this person doesn't have a job, you know, and they could be in a commitment here that doesn't allow them to work, you know, doesn't allow them to work. And so it's like, no, I must stay here, you know. Or they could be in a part of the world where it's like, I'm in a contract with work, and so I'm in some remote place here. It's like so remote, or it's like, well, there's nobody here to talk to or to be with. And it's like, but I must do this to provide, you know, maybe financially for my family, my child, or whatever, or to make it up the corporate ladder in some way. But I feel it's barren. I feel this person is emotionally dissatisfied. I feel this person hasn't connected to what they could truly accomplish and do above and beyond what they are doing already. I feel like this person could be somebody here who, again, has to go through getting the clarity of their truth by going through a lot of the storm, a lot of clouds, dark clouds. And so they could be experience a dark night of the soul, and meaning all their emotions sort of bubble up over time, where they have to deal with this thing and surrender to the fact that there's something more here that they have to sort through. And it's like, they got to choose the truth. Okay. And so it doesn't matter how much we don't want the truth to be. And we can make decisions, like I say, that are misaligned. But this person will get darker and darker clouds here, and it'll feel more and more misaligned until they pick a truth. And so I feel like this person is going to try to lie to themselves as long as they can. Or, you know, it's not that they're consciously saying, I'm lying here, but it's like they really believe in the lie. Okay, they really believe strongly that they are that in which is the only thing that they can do. And that anything outside of that is completely without of their realm. They have no idea how they could even do that. And so they don't even contemplate it, because it's like, it's not even an option for me, you know. It's like, whoa, oh, why are we so convinced of something like this, but it's an internal thing that's just been dished out to us. We haven't even considered the greatest capacity of who we can be and what we can do. So I feel like this person, when they're close to union, they take action that is divinely guided in making even blind decisions, if you will, but it's not blind. It's from the place of truth. It's from the place of being totally one with the divine. So through dreams, synchronicities, a true understanding deep within that this feels right. I must leave this or quit my job or move here or do that, or they'll tell you like, hey, you've been my friend for so long here. I feel like there's a divine purpose here in us trying to be more than friends. That's when the truth is out here, or like, let's see, let's develop, let's cultivate something between you and I here that maybe I was not seeing in the past, or I wasn't being honest about, or I was too fearful to even entertain that thing. But it's like, you're part of this person's growth. And that doesn't mean that they will stop ascending, but I feel like once that conversation and that truth is revealed, then they're wanting to work with you. They're wanting to grow with you. They're wanting to develop with you. They're wanting to work with you. They want to do everything with you here, I feel like for this group, there might be developing your own business with this person. You guys might work very closely, together in the 3D, however you guys do projects, live together. Yeah, some of you guys might be very good cooks as well. Okay, like chefs here. You guys might like to cook for each other. You guys might get into like renovating properties together. There's something about making the world a better place together. So there's a calling. So I do feel it's a joint venture between you and this person, and also a lover's connection, and also deep friendship here. And also potentially if marriage is in the stars for you guys, this as well. Although I don't know necessarily that there is a legal official sort of man-made marriage, as it is a union, a sacred union, an official commitment here to say, you're who I want to commit to. You're the commitment that I choose here, And I feel like this person might have felt very alone in their now existing world. It's like, I don't have a partner who supports me in this. Like this isn't the truth of who I am. And so I must be who they want me to be, or I am this way because this is how I was conditioned and I believe it so much so, but it's alone. Again, alone. And so what's missing here is the support, the forgiveness and understanding that I can be desiring love, and I could be something different here, and I can make these decisions and these choices without fear of speaking my truth, accepting and embracing what's true, and then aligning myself without feeling bad, guilt, shame, or thinking that the universe won't provide, or that I don't have, or that I can't compete, or that I'm not confident to do this, or that it's something that I could just figure out. So I feel like this connection too seems to me to be one that once it comes together, or they speak the truth, it's like once they say, hey, let's give it a shot, or let's be more than friends, or something like this, then I feel like it's one of constant growth, constant sort of figuring out, in a beautiful way, because it's like always learning about ourselves, figuring out about ourselves, growth together, development together. But it feels like a big resistance at first, because this person just has to hit the rock bottom in some way, or be completely depleted, like soulfully, energetically within their heart space, before it becomes unbearable. The loneliness is unbearable. This lifestyle is unbearable. I'm too depleted of life sustenance that I need, which is love, warmth, understanding, acceptance, support, desire, youthfulness, drive that makes me feel alive again. It's so dry. It seems so barren here for some time. So yeah. Pile number 2. Wow, what a reading. I don't feel it's connected to one, but it could be. Only you'll know. It could be 2 different sort of people here that I'm channeling, maybe part of the same connection. Okay, but you could tap into any reading. And like I said, we will jump into an extended. If you are a sustaining member, then I will put links below. If it's not there, then that means I didn't record it yet. Okay, but when it becomes available, I will do that so we can look at what can you do in order to come into union. And so if this sounds like you, then maybe it's a flip pile for you in that other reading, you know, but it's guidance in regards to what can you do. And if this is you, maybe it's guidance what this person can do. But obviously there's a lot of faith, trusting in the divine, making these decisions and speaking one's truth first of all, and take off the mask, you know, be honest with oneself so that they can make different decisions. Okay, but like I say, if you can't join the membership, then that's the only way to attend the extended. Okay, but know that Spirit has delivered everything you need to know about this person's union. Okay, and if you can, then I will see you guys there. I love you guys very much, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. You guys picked pile number 3 with the Heavenly Bloom Tarot and the pink opalite tower. So we're going to put your tower right here. Oh, I didn't put the lepidolite here from pile number 2. All right, so let's get into your reading. Generally, I pull the cards out, but this time I forgot. So, Heavenly Bloom, I'm going to put your deck right here, and we're going to look at how close is this person to union. Okay, now I don't give timeline specific. Okay, no reader can actually give you any sort of timeline. But we will, if we do pick up any time, we'll know whether it's immediate, which is within the next, few days and weeks, whether it's like within the next few months or within years. But I'm not going to focus so much on time as I am the energy. So how you'll know this person is close to union will be they'll encompass the energy in which I'm going to be reading. And maybe, like I say at the beginning, if you don't have someone that you're working with or a connection here, this could be someone that's coming in, and you'll come into union by this energy. You don't got to take it. If you don't want this person in your world, then this might not be your pile. Okay, only take energy that sounds like something you're interested in. Okay, but we'll see. So Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3 regarding a union and the connection that they're in or could be in regarding what is coming for them regarding union. Okay, now when I say union, everyone's union story looks different. Okay, and we got to be in union with ourselves in order for us to manifest that in the exterior world. Okay, so this could be your own energy or the person that's, like I say, already in your world or coming through. Okay, so pile number 3, Spirit, clear and concise message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good. When will pile 3's person be ready for union? How close are they to union? And what's the energy they'll encompass when they're close to union? Thank you so much for this message. And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. So blessed to be here doing your reading. Pile 3's person in regards to how close are they to union. Okay. Let's take a look at the pre-shuffled oracle cards. All right. So we have superiority with the number 60 and 6. We have blinding optimism with 57. Or the number 12. And we have inner peace, the 2 koi fish. And we have a gateway with the unicorn. When I was putting your pile together, okay, don't look at these cards, by the way. They were coming out in 2s, which is interesting. Okay, so it could be a blended pile. We have bridge 38 and the number 11. So 11 is a master number. Divine inspiration, synchronicity, and the encouragement to keep going. We have 2 hands here. 2 koi fish. 2 of each card so far. And we have gnosis, number 75. Or the number 12. So we have 12, 12. Could be seeing 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And then we have 4, 4 with trust. Ask, listen, allow. Beautiful. And then we have free will. And it kind of looks like a wedding dress here, like a bride. And then we have self-awareness, 18 and 9. Asserting versus staying calm. Taking initiatives, express needs. Determination, making choices, free will. Emotion expression. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. Okay, with the solar plexus. And then we also have lust. And I got to cover up this orgy pile here. So we have sleeping around, debauchery, libertarianism, pornography, sexual pleasure, taking advantage of. Type 8, the challenger, instinctive center between strength and weakness with the number 8. Sin, ego level. Okay, interesting. Let me channel what this is all about. Oh, shoot. I didn't even flip the tarot. I'm already getting messages. Let's see. So we have the moon. Okay. Cancer energy pulling through. And then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Oh, these cards are looking really beautiful. The Wheel of Fortunes come out in all 3 piles so far. Very interesting. We have the Ace of Swords clarifying that Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Queen of Laurels, which is the Queen of Pentacles, and she's in reverse. Okay. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. All right. And then we have strength. Leo energy, very strong here as well. And then under that, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okie dokie 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 doo. Let me sit here with this. Okay, pile number 3. Take what resonates for you, okay? But I intuitively, you read it the way that I am picking it up here, okay? Which could be for the bulk of you guys, but there could be the exceptional rule because I do feel this is your energy, okay? I do feel it is your energy, but it doesn't have to be, okay? And like I said, if you don't know or have a connection, then this could be someone who's working through this before they come into union with you or show up in your world. Okay, but this could be your own union energy and what you're needing to work through. Take what resonates, and I gotta stress that because if I see comments, I'm gonna be time stamping them right here. Big fat here. Some of you guys might be already sort of know the person, okay, but maybe it's just working through this yourself. And I will read it sort of as this, what this person is working through. Okay, it does feel like it's the same sex. It doesn't have to be. It's only for some of you guys, okay? So you could be, yeah, like dealing with the same sex, or your union partner could be of the same sex, or that could be the challenge we're working through, something about the same sex, okay? It does feel like 2 feminines, but like I say, not everyone's message. This person is working through, I do feel it is you, so I might read it this way. Okay, if it flips on you, then I'm sorry. I'll try to keep it consistent. But this person is working through how they connect to the 3D world and their understanding of themselves in order for them to come into union with themselves so that they are available for a relationship. This person might have a complete skewed way of how they see themselves that isn't accurate at all. And it does seem it does seem as though it is appearing to others in a way here that this person would be very surprised, because I do feel like this person thinks that they are knowledgeable, maybe even in control, or maybe even like wise, or maybe even like to do, or in a higher position, or a greater understanding, or like all put together, or like something like this. But the truth of the matter is that this person is so reliant on 3D matrixy that this person has a very difficult time expanding beyond and seeing past themselves. Okay, so when this person, which I feel is you, is getting closer to union, or what they have to work through here is going beyond this, piercing beyond the veil. for the truest self to be able to be seen and experienced. I feel this person fights that in a way that they don't realize that they're fighting by the lot harder they hang on to what they think the truth is. And the truth for them is their five senses. See it, feel it, touch it, experience it here in the 3D, and that's the truth of what it is. Meanwhile, their intuition is slapping them upside the head, saying, hey, person here, you're needing to dive into a deeper spiritual experience to show you inside, not with your eyes, but through an experience. And so when they experience something divine, like a connection that they can't explain, dreams, synchronicities, energy, that's not in science. This person seems to be someone who'd always wants to argue with science. That's the science. I'm seeing it spelled all capital littles, capital little, capital little. Like, who cares? Nobody cares about how many textbooks you have or how many words you know or how well articulate you are or you're, trying to be someone here. So this person seems to me like someone who is quite wise, but it's like the wisdom is actually not that in which is utilizing the knowledge in a way that's going to allow this person to ascend, to experience union, because this person seems like somebody who has to feel like they got to prove themselves in some way to be accepted. And that's not true. This person would be more accepted if they could just allow themselves to sort of be. And so I feel like this person might have a difficult energy, like getting along with people. People think that this person might want to one up them or know better than them, or like, I don't know, it's like, their understanding of themselves is what's leading them down a path of unhappiness, but they don't realize that. They think the only reason why they are experiencing the little happiness that they do, or the things that are going seemingly right, is because of their doing, and it's actually not true at all. And so they're piercing the veil. Okay, so this Wheel of Fortune is talking about being divinely guided. The universe is getting this person to see a greater truth beyond that of the 3D. It's like seeing and experiencing their intuition so that they could gain better wisdom of an inner knowing rather than a intellectual understanding, so that they could magnetize towards them the world that is going to make them feel at peace inside and out, not exhausted trying to make the outside world like fall into place. Because I feel like there's the outside world must fall into place, and then I keep it sort of up. I keep it up. That's exhausting. That's tiring. And that's not our true nature. The true nature here of this person is to magnetize towards them the loving, caring partner that's going to see them and bless them and love them. They don't have to do anything but be their beautiful self without having to put up some form of show or be some sort of person. This person has a lot of ego. Okay. And I feel like this person, might think that they have some form of a confidence here, or need some form of a type of confidence that's actually scaring away people. It's keeping them stuck. Okay, and so they're being called to work through this thing and settle the inner noise and the inner beliefs so that they can bring in the right types of people and their union partner, which could be you, although I feel I am reading for you. So I do feel like this person does navigate like on a tiered sort of system. And I feel like this person might be in an energy here with this solar plexus, this Queen of Wands, and this blinding optimism of having a lot of solar plexus blocks, and be the type of person that is right up into, the law of attraction / believe the power of positive thought is going to bring me my happiness here. And so they infuse that, but that's still matrix, because the solar plexus is still the lower chakras. And so we must work through the 3 lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus blocks. All of that is ego, so that we can open the heart. And the heart has no judgment. The heart is open to love, acceptance, and all that is divine, even if the mind doesn't understand it. And so this person's uncomfortable if their 5 senses don't compute. Boop, 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 don't compute. They don't compute. Shut down. It's like, allow yourself to not compute. Allow yourself to experience the divine. And maybe this person has been thrown or is thrown. Now this is coming through for some of you guys who have met your person. has been thrown into the divine world here is experiencing all of this stuff now. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what to make of intuition. I don't know what to make of the unknown. I feel completely lost here, and they might not admit it, but there is some fear. But there's also some subconscious stuff. What's the subconscious stuff? The ego, the big fat solar plexus here. The moon is coming through, and so there's all these emotions as well. And it's like, whoa, because this person again seemed like the type of person that's like, if my emotions are under control, and if I know, and I got my world, my ishness together, then it's good. And now if there's all these emotions, it's like, but I can't do anything with the emotion so much, because it's sort of teetering on this realm that isn't within my five senses so much, like it's this energy field that's not here in the matrix world. And so this person could do a lot to like justify their emotions or try to put it into practical words or understand it in a way. And sometimes emotions just aren't meant to be understood, but inner felt, inner guided, without any explanation or reasoning at all. But no, this person seems like, well, they would need some form of like even though I'm not seeing any swords here so much as it is this Ace of Swords, which is really symbolizing the truth of the universe here, which is there's realms that we can't see that are, outside of our five senses. But I feel like this person is being asked to trust what they can't see, what they can feel, because they're being guided to the other side. The other side. Okay, now this person might be one that's really thinking like battling some form of free will, some form of like bridging the gap from the matrix world to this ethereal world, because I don't feel like this person really understands or grasps what it means to be in another dimension here. It might seem very woo-woo. It's like, well, it's not based in science. It's like, no, but science has already proven a lot of things here that science was mistaken about in regards to spirituality and dimensions and energy. And so I feel like this person is really being asked to surrender, to allow themselves. So we're seeing 4-4, okay? Master number, integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and a temple, manifestation and leadership. Okay, so manifestation and leadership. Treating the earth as home. There's something here about this person. Like the ego might act up in this person in a way here that's like earthly pleasures. It feels very solar plexus-y, So this person could be as basic as the material, like money, things, what I drive, where I live, that sort of matrixy, to the point of they could be like addictions, like distractions, they could they feel very matrixy here. It could be somebody who sees with the eyes of the matrix. That's all I keep seeing here. And so relationship is like checking off some form of box here, some sort of physical act here, some sort of scratching some itch or some, it's like, no, there's something beyond, deeply beyond, something profound that is fed through the spirit here, that is felt in the soul, that is like deeper than matrix, where it's not just physical dating or actions here. I feel like this person might go through like some experience, I don't know, but it is pulling through here with this lust and all this ego-y stuff and this big black wolf shadow, something that triggers their shadow, like hardcore here, in order for them to look at this. And it could be an experience where they feel maybe even I don't know, it triggers their shadow, however this does, maybe some lusty people, maybe something makes their sexuality feel all weird or something like this, that makes them question something about themselves here. And like I said, for some of you guys, it was same sex in some way here, but it's like they're having to work through the matrix to get to the other side is all that I see here. And so how will we know that this person is coming closer into union? When this person is in a state of accepting that there is truths in the universe that has absolutely nothing to do with their five senses. And when they allow and accept people to work with them, be by their side, even if they don't fully logically understand those people. So it doesn't mean dating and sleeping around with people we don't like, but this means accepting all sorts of people that, that are human, without shunning and judging and having to make reasons or excuses or justifications as to why this person's bad or why that person is this and that. It's like, no. I do feel like there's something about him. I don't know. It's very matrixy though. That's all I keep getting, And so maybe this person feels like, I want to be with someone that's going to have money, or I need to be at a certain material position. I need to look in a certain way too. Or I want to I don't know, work my way up to this level within the matrixy understanding. And then I'll be happy, and then I'll find my person, and then I'm ready. And the truth is, Spirit saying, no, you're already ready. Whatever person you can come into union with is already beside you or available to you, because in the universe, everything exists at once. And when we see the truth, we can't unsee the truth. And the truth is that the person that this person's supposed to be in union with already exists, is already beside them, but they're too stubborn to see. They're too stuck in their understanding of what matrixy means that they can't see this person. Okay, now this doesn't mean that they know them in the material matrixy world with their eyes, but this person already exists, and that door would just open up for them because they'd be already ready. But the lesson of going through this has to be learned and understood by this person in order for them to come into union. They have to get to the other side of this understanding. They have to relinquish their attachment to the material world. They have to understand themselves, because I feel this person they would say they have a good self-awareness, but they do not. I really don't feel this person has a good self-awareness. I feel like this person is uncomfortable with their own emotions, and they're probably socially awkward or just awkward, and they put on one sort of way and they think that's them, and it's a good face that I have here. It's like, no, because they might even seem like to some people fake, It seems like facetious, or like one-upping, or got to be the smarter person or the better person, or that has more, knows more, looks better, or I don't know, has a better job or something like this. They have to work through this, and you might say, oh, I don't want someone like this. No one does, but this is talking about 97% of the populace, This is the type of energy. It might sound very extreme here, but it is 97% of the populace, because there's something about, I must touch, see, feel, never mind the spiritual world. It's all here about my, this is actually the next step before we get into spirituality, It's driven and chasing worldly desires and proving ourselves to be capable. And it's you're already capable. There's nothing to chase, There's no mask to wear, accept yourself. And this person wants to be accepted and approved and seen as successful and good looking and desirable and all those things. And you can say, well, who doesn't want to look desirable? It's we don't need to want to look desirable. We know we're desirable just in our confident energy. There is no need to wear confidence. There's just being confident. We don't have to put anything on. This is a show we put on here, okay? And so there's a show that this person's putting on that's keeping them stuck, that's not allowing them to go into union. Okay, and they are beautiful, just like everyone's beautiful, truest self is very, very much unique, and it is expressed through our own veil. But when our veil is distorted here, and it doesn't allow us to find inner peace, inner happiness through just allowing ourselves to be, then this is the thing that Spirit wants us to work through, because we can't really connect to ourselves. So I feel like this person is being called to see the truth of who they are. they're being divinely guided to work through emotions, to work through their subconscious fears, to understand their authentic self, and to find what is unique about them and special about them without them having to seek it. It's like finding it within themselves, meaning when I let go of what I'm not, my truest self then is revealed. But this person's trying to make it out in the world. Like, what's special about me? How am I going to be seen? How am I going to be appreciated? And it's like, no, you don't need to do any of that type of stuff at all. There's something here about like the shadowy part I feel here is creating a tiered system, them versus me, or there's like a scale of what I don't want to be and how I want to be in some way, rather than knowing it's all one and the same. And then I feel like there might be spiritual bypassing as well. Okay, so if there's spiritual bypassing here, this is like, I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to say it till I believe it. And it's like, yeah, but we have to undo what's in the space of it. So we can't attain anything new here. We can't shift how we see ourselves and the outside world until we undo beliefs here that are actually weighing us down or untrue here. This is like, if I repeat mantras enough, it becomes the thing, but it's like we're still trying to repeat, I want that car, or I want that person. It's like deeper than this. The great truth is that we are connected to the divine, and that any sort of beliefs that this person is thinking about the universe and is seeing the universe has to be undone in order for them to manifest their union. And the inner state is what's going to reflect the outer state. And so I feel like this person is going to manifest, if they don't deal with this, superficial matrixy sort of things here, and always feel like, I don't know, maybe they feel like people want to just be physical with them, or they're like being like transactional here, like I don't want to just have like a transactional person, or I feel used, or I feel like there's just people taking advantage of me, or and it's like my emotions aren't being seen, and I'm not being cared for or nurtured. And it's like, no, you need to care and nurture self. There's something about having to see and work with self, and having to connect with self here, and really know thyself here. Even if it's unknown and scary, and with this free will, I'm really getting like, use the free will to trust in the work. Like, because I feel like we might default back to what we know, or what feels more safe, or we might flounder and all of a sudden choose with the free will not to choose the hard thing. And this person is being called to choose what's hard actually right now, to overcome something here, because that's true trust. Like, I trust that when I challenge my own thoughts here that is inaccurate, it seems difficult to overcome these thoughts that I've always carried, to challenge the matrixy beliefs, or that I'm not good enough. But when I keep challenging that thought, I use my free will, because I have free will to get in front of it, to change it, to make that decision, rather than just be stuck in the flow of the matrix. Because I feel like this person is just like flowing with the matrix, thinking like, yeah, I trust that my union partner is going to come. It's like, no, you'll never come into union as long as you carry this belief. Use your free will to get in front of your matrixy beliefs. Use your free will as much as you can to dive into these other dimensions that are actually going to help you, because it's closer to the divine. It's closer to who you actually truly are, because it's closer to the truth of the universe. It's not seen with the five senses. And the more we are open to that world, dreams and all of this stuff, and this person might say, yeah, I am open, but their energy is actually opposite, because their decisions that they're making here are going against trust. It's going with, well, I trust, yeah, but it's like, no, but your actions are actually showing you trust the matrix. Your actions are actually showing that you trust what you see, feel, or hear with your eyes and ears and your senses here. You're not just like doing the uncomfortable thing here, relinquishing, surrendering to the unknown here and the divine, and being like, whoa, I'm totally going to see where this is going to lead me, even though it feels so hella uncomfortable, even though it's unbelievable here. And I don't understand, but maybe, I can trust Spirit, but maybe it'll be shown to me. And the minute this person does this, it's like, whoa, then they're on the other side here. And the universe is like, okay, you're ready for a union because you trust the divine, you trust the inner self. And this is spiritual connection that transcends past the six senses, or the five senses, I should say here. It has to be one that's divine, one that is shown and revealed to this person once they work through this thing, because I feel like Spirit's been trying to wake up this person to really connect to that, like their inner world here, the divine spirituality without logical sense here. And then their truest version can emerge. And Spirit's really saying when the true version emerges, that's when they truly trust blindly, use their free will to make different decisions and undo the matrix. They're going to be seen. Okay, they're really going to be seen, like very different here with this unicorn. They are actually very different and special, but not why the reasons they think they are. Because right now they think, well, I'm good looking, or I'm the prize, or I do this, or I'm a good singer, or I'm a good dancer, I'm a good speaker, no, nobody cares about any of that. They could, but who cares? That's just in the matrix. There's a unicorn dying to be birthed out here only through this process. And so they're a unicorn on the other side. Their person becomes available. Okay, so this is what I see, pile number 3. Now, if you want to go to the extended reading, I will have that available to the sustaining memberships only. You must be sustaining member level to access that, or you can just trust that Spirit gave you everything you need to know about this person coming into union. Okay, what we're looking at on the other side is what you can do to come closer to union. Guidance, advice, okay, for yourself based on where you're at. And so if you're this person, then what can this person do to work through this, Okay, so you look at it as guidance and advice. But like I say, if you can't make it there, if you can't join the membership, then know that you got everything you need. All right, pile number 3, this is your reading, and I will see you the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4. You guys picked the Cosmic Slumber and this Chrysocolla wand. All right, forgot the name of it. So let's take a look at how close is this person to coming into union. Okay, so if you don't know or are not in a connection with someone, then this will be the energy in which that person needs to be in order to come into union. Okay, so you don't have to know this person. Now, this could be someone that you know. This could be someone from the past. This could be anyone at all, really. But you don't have to take this person if you don't want this person, okay? But this could definitely be your own energy. Like, what energy are you going to be in before you come into union? So we're not really getting timeline so much as you'll know union by the energy in which it's appearing to you and what this person energetically has to be in order to come to union. So let's ask Spirit, okay? Now, I will be doing an extended, although I don't think I'll be recording it today. And so, but I do want to post this video today. And so if I don't have the extended available right away, it will be available to the sustaining membership. And it will be in regards to what you can do to get closer to union, okay? So it'll be like guidance and advice for you. So let's ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for the collective tapped into pile number 4 regarding either a connection that they came here about, or how will this person know that their person is ready for union? How close is this person ready for union? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 4 and their partnership. So as we know, union would mean we have to come into union with ourselves so that we're able to be open to a union, and everyone's union, it looks completely different. Okay, so this would be your own union, however different and special it might be regarding your own journey. Okay, so don't take nothing that doesn't resonate. So we have the comfort zone, 56 and 11. 11's a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicity, the encouragement to keep going. Comfort zone's pretty straightforward. We have community with all those butterflies, beautiful rainbow coming through there. So we have some Pisces energy coming through, also some Scorpio energy. Okay, and some Pisces. And then we have the Orphan with number 5. Okay, and then we have the Self 29 or 11. So we have 1111 here. So some of you guys might be really resonating with the twin flame journey, okay? And we have Spiritual Awakening 2-2, shift or be shifted. Well, that's fitting for this comfort zone here. So 2, also 11 would be the number 2. 2 is all about balance, duality, choices. So we have Pisces and Libra energy. We have the higher self. Fascinating. We have gut feeling. And she's holding up the Moon card here. And she has the Lovers. Interesting. Gut feeling. And we have 12, true identity, inner calling, ego level, personal achievements, being versus appearing, authenticity, self-awareness, personal values, emotional deepness. Type 3, the achiever, emotional center between appearing and authenticity. Number 12 or 3, again, Pisces energy coming through, also Taurus, Libra. Solar plexus energy, some divine feminine, although I am feeling a divine masculine energy pulling through this, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, and then we have 27 and 9. So place and activity, ego level, relaxation, countryside, promenade, seaside, picnic, leisure, relaxation. Type 9, the peacemaker, instinctive center between forgetting and asserting oneself. More yellow, more solar plexus. Let's take a look at the tarot. So we have Wheel of Fortune. This card came out, well, for all the decks in every single pile, which is so interesting because Wheel of Fortune is all about fate, okay, destiny, the universe taking the wheel. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. I love to see that the universe is here providing the readings here for us. Okay, so we have the Prince of Swords, and the Prince is the, I think it's the Knight in this deck, but I'm not sure. We'll weigh the cards. If not, then I'll check. Knight of Swords in reverse. And then the Prince of Cups. Oops. I'll check for sure because now we have another one. Knight of Cups in reverse. 2 princes. 5 of Pentacles. And that could be it. It's like, is this person transitioning, you know, from a page to a knight potentially? But there's a block here. 5 Pentacle. And we have the 4 of Wands. It is in reverse. That's that 1111 I was feeling. 4 Wands is my twin flame. Now this is in the reverse. Okay, and then we have the King of Pentacles. Wow, lots of pentacle. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Now the King of Pentacles is in reverse. And then we have the King of Cups. Interesting. And I don't read bottom of the deck reverse. And we have Death. So we have strong Scorpio and Cancer and Pisces. I do want to see what's under the Death, though. The Universe, that's the World card. It is in reverse. Fascinating. Okay. Wow. Okay. I got to see in this deck if the Prince is the Knight or the Page. Although these are standing, they're not on horses. So, but doesn't mean much of anything. But it is giving like page feeling to me. Although I think they are the Knights. Let's see where. Yeah. Prince is the Knight. Princess is the Page. So we got 2 Knights. Okay, let me put that away. So let me tap into this energy, all right? Knight of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, it's a very clean sort of message here. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, but I do feel like we might be missing a lot, but it's okay. This person, before they come into union, they got to work through something, okay, that is quite specific to this person's lesson here. The Wheel of Fortune, like I said, came out in every single pile. So it is a destined lesson. It's a karmic thing they must overcome. The universe is guiding this person to move. Now, I'm going to read signs here. Okay, this could be in this person's chart, your chart, but it's the energy of this reading so that I know what I'm sort of dealing with here. We have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Cancer, Pisces, and Libra, and Sagittarius, and Aries. And I don't know if I said Scorpio, but definitely. Okay, and some Virgo, Cancer. Oh, I said Virgo here at the King of Pentacles. Okay, so this person is definitely stuck in their comfort zone. Okay, this person has, I think, an established place, a community, a place that they cling to. Now, this doesn't mean this person is happy there at all. In fact, I don't think this person is happy there at all. I think this person is needing to trust in themselves to move out of old energy and to grow and to expand and to become a different person. And the universe knows the capacity in which this person can become. I feel like why this person is sort of in the comfort zone is because I do feel like this person feels almost like let down by others in the universe. And so they might have found a system that works with them and protects them and keeps them sort of safe, you know? So I do feel like this person has to work through this whole thing, okay, before they can come into union. But I do feel like this person has a lack mindset here, okay, before they decide and allow themselves to work with the universe and trust the universe to make decisions, because there's something that is innately them that's going to want to be experienced through them. That's absolutely beautiful. So they could see the truth of who they are. And so I feel like this person is still has been working through their shadow or needs to work through this shadow part, which is not seeing the beauty of who they are. And so I do feel like this person has an understanding that the best that they can be is already sort of happening to them in some way. And it's not the best because it feels the best. It's just like, this is what I'm deserving of, or this is as good as it sort of gets, you know? And it could be like really like seeing people as just disappointing, or like, I'm in it on my own anyway, or like there's no one that would ever sort of see me, support me, or like we come into the world alone, we die alone, you know? And it's like, well, no, you have a beautiful ability to be supported in this 3D life by people who actually see you, love you, speak and understand you, not just where you're at. And because I feel like this person is sort of misunderstood by their community. They're not loved and appreciated or seen. In fact, this person, it could feel like they might be, you know, like somebody who has to do whatever they need to do to be accepted and approved in their environment, you know, wherever they are at. And it could be quite exhausting, you know, and it could feel like very much like they're ousted here, because I feel like this person feels rejected in some way. It's like, you know, that's become the reality. It's like, well, in order for me to be accepted, it's like I have to do something or be something here. And it's like, I don't got it, or I don't have what it takes, or like, I don't know. There's like, there's this acceptance of this thing that they think they don't have, you know, but it's like, no, they just weren't given the environment to support this beautiful thing that they could be, because they could have experienced beautiful emotions. They could express themselves. And so this person might have been just shut down. Even like with this orphan card, it could be a very difficult childhood where we're told we can't express ourselves, or like emotions are weak, or like in order to be tough, you must do this or do that, or you must be strong, or you must silence your emotions or not show emotion, you know? And so I do feel there is an avoidance here of allowing oneself to feel and express one's feelings safely in an environment where it's like, well, what's the point? What's the point of expressing emotions here? Maybe I'm valued in different ways of what I can do in some way. And it's like, maybe they feel like what they are doing is like, in order for them to be accepted, is like, I got to do this or I got to be like that. And it's like, well, you're not being seen for who you truly are, and their environment isn't supporting this. And so Spirit is saying this person is going to be working through a massive release and transformation of their environment before they come into union. And so it's the people around them. This could be their home. This could be where they live, like geographically, the location, their whole world could certainly be turned upside down by this. And I also feel like this person could go through a spiritual awakening with this death card. It's like, I am not even the person that I was. It's like marking, we had 1111 here too, which, oops, I see a hair tickling me and it scared me. And the Four of Wands here is my 1111. So some of you guys definitely might resonate with the twin flame journey, or the twin flame journey is one. Okay, now you don't have to believe in labels so much as it is, in order for that type of a soul connection to be experienced, one must go through a spiritual awakening, a spiritual revelation of sorts here, have an ego death or see the truth of who we are. And so we must work through a mindset of scarcity. And I feel like this person has childhood abandonment wounds that has resulted in avoidance or resulted in suppression and resulted in them not accepting themselves as they are, seeing themselves as they are, and then putting up with environment is just reflecting this back to me. Okay. Oh yeah. Even spiritual awakening. I didn't even see this. Okay. And so the shift or be shifted, I feel, is this universe is going to upturn this person's world. Okay. And not again, because this person, the universe wants to be all chaotic just for the sake of turning our world upside down, but for growth, for there to be, development, spiritual development, for this person to come to their highest potential, see their highest self. Because right now, I think this person is starting to believe, and has always believed for some time now, comfort zone, that they are only capable of this capacity. Like I'm only, I think this person has like a low self-worth of what they're able to provide. It's like my opinion in some way here when it comes to my emotional feelings isn't acknowledged or recognized. And so why focus on that, And they might not be sad about it. They might just be like, so I don't focus on emotions. I don't nurture myself in that way. So I found a different way to sort of do it here. But I do feel like this person might even feel like they can't create their own future here. And so this could be somebody who has a very difficult time committing, somebody who has a hard time, holding a stable job or staying in the same sort of place or having confidence to build something long term. And so this might seem like someone who says, well, I live in each moment. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring, And it's like, it's true. It's absolutely true that we live in the moment. But this is like, out of the, like I say, if it comes from a place of the wound, from a place of the avoidance, from a place of being honest with how we truly feel about what we desire to attain and build, and see that we do have potential to be successful in this 3D world and enjoy worldly pleasures, then we would align ourselves with this. But it's like, why even bother here? I feel this person feels like they're not capable of it. So it's like, I don't have the job here. I feel like this person, like, even if they do have the job, it's like, I don't have it within me. It's not in my character, I'm not the person who could be depended on or relied upon. It's like, because I have all this other stuff that's just, I don't come with. And it's like, you don't come with, or you just suppressed it so much so and told yourself that it wasn't a safe place to allow yourself to feel. And so I do feel like this person, is going to be, because this came out in your reading, and the person that you come into union with is somebody who has a complete shift of who they are to this beautiful connecting to who they truly, truly are, not in the 3D, but the inner truth of themselves comes out. And I think you save this person. You absolutely save this person from a mistruth. And it's a mistruth of like, I am as good as it sort of is going to get for me, you know? And so this whole opportunity to experience this other realm, I never even fathomed possible. And so I feel like you're rescuing, or I feel like this person's going to feel like you've rescued them. They feel blessed in your presence. This person feels like the universe is bringing them blessings when they're around you or when they meet you. It's like, wow, the abundant universe just keeps providing for me. They're more blessed with material things as well as like energetically. This person just feels like their life turns around. It's like my life turned around when I met you, you know? My idea of myself turned around. I could see myself finally when I met you. I could see that I was in an energy where I wasn't acknowledging my feelings here because I was told that, or I believed that, or I was just feeling safer, or I was in an environment that didn't accept it. And so my love for you, which by the way, this person's going to love you very deeply here, very, very deeply. It's like I learned to suppress. I learned to not act on my feelings. I learned to not be able to express and show. And now I have this deep, deep, deep love for you. And I think this person's going to carry a lot of love for you for quite some time. And I don't know how long, but I feel like it's instant. Okay, because I feel there's an instant gut feeling. But it's an instant sort of triggering of the spiritual awakening, of the fear of the subconscious, which takes place over a period of time. It's like I feel there's an instant soul recognition and love that's felt here deep within the soul. Okay, the gut feeling that this person recognizes who you are and what you mean to them, although they won't express it right away, and they might not even want to accept or see it. But it's like the process is already underway. The spiritual awakening has been called upon them. They're needing to close out this way of being, you know. And I feel like if this person is really attached to a certain lifestyle here, because I feel like for some of them, they might still be really attached to, you know, the family, their friends, a hometown. This person might be stuck in sort of an experience. Okay, I'm seeing like a 6 cups, so it's like I can't move beyond, you know, the sorry, the dog is barking. Beyond I don't know, like that level of where they're at. And so maybe it's they can't get beyond the adolescence, you know. We're seeing knights. And knights are sort of not kings. And so I feel like this person allows themselves to recognize I can be a king. I don't got to stay small, or I don't got to stay here in this, you know, maybe they live, I don't know, like in a community with their family where they're just like doing the role of the family, what they expected of them, you know. It seems like somebody maybe who had to fly the coop or didn't fly the coop or got stunted somehow here, you know. And it's like they're stuck in that for some of you guys, if this person is married, it's like, I don't know, it's like my first marriage, you know, and it's like my marriage where I can't speak my mind or truly connect to who I am, or my emotions, or be seen for who I am, or supported how I am. And so I sort of tried to keep the boat afloat because I might have experienced, you know, like being alone or abandonment here. And so there might be like, I don't want to abandon my partner or my family member or something like this. This person's very loyal. And I do feel it's coming from an experience of feeling abandoned. There's a loyalty that comes through with this person. And there's a sense of support through community and family and strength, you know, but I feel like this person hasn't had the strength here of family and support. But it's like, if they do have like a loving family here, it's like they're still not seen and understood in a way that's like safe enough for this person to welcome themselves to transform. And I don't know if it's just this person projecting it's not safe, but it's like, I don't feel like this person feels like in their environment they could express that they have certain emotions and desires and want something for themselves. It's like they feel guilty saying, I want something for myself. I want more for myself. And they might have not have wanted more, but it would be an underlying thing of like, I don't believe that I could make it, or that I have what it takes to make it, or that I'd be supported to make it. And so I just succumb to the fact that I stay put here. And the universe is like, no, you're going to be experiencing a higher experience of life that's actually very soulful, that's very deep, that's very meaningful, that's going to shift how you've been engaged so that you can experience this. And that's your truest identity here. And so I feel like this person with this relaxation, and we do have the comfort zone, it could be that this person's like, why upturn anything, and why sort of bother? But this person doesn't really truly know what it is like to relax, because I feel like the true relaxation comes when the authentic self comes out, when they can truly express how they feel. And I feel like these feelings they have for you or for their divine counterpart when they come into union, it's something they cannot lie about. They cannot not see. It's like it's an instant feeling with the gut feeling, instant recognition, instant comfort. It's like, wow, yeah, you're my person. You get me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person said to you, you get me, like very early on, or like, well, you really understand me. There's a comfort here with you. There's like, I don't have to say much. I don't have to be much. I don't have to do anything here with you. And I'm approved and accepted. And that's the thing is like in this other environment, it's like maybe they have to do things, It's like I had to do things, or I had to be one of them, or I had to be, I don't know. It does feel like abandoned or ignored as well, because there's an aspect of them that wasn't recognized or acknowledged, where it's like with you, even though there might not be a whole lot of words, it's like you're authentically you, and you accept me to be authentically me in the energy that I might not have allowed anyone to see, or where I didn't feel comfortable to be. That's the thing. It's like my authentic self wasn't comfortable to come out. And it's like your authentic self allows me to be this, but even if it's little words here, because I feel like there's little words. Yeah, little words. It's like just understood. You get me. You understand me. You make me feel okay. I feel this person feels really safe with you, but like loved by you and understood by you. And it's a really good feeling here. It's like, whoa, I never thought I would feel like this, or someone could make me feel this way. It still feels about how you make this person feel. It's all about how you make me feel inside, It's like you make me feel a certain way that I can't deny. I can't say it isn't there. And it feels so good that I'd be a fool to not allow myself to have to shift. But I feel like there's not even an allowance, because it's the universe that says it's the end of the road here with this mindset of I can't, and I need to stay here. I need to suppress emotions, or this is good enough for me, or these people, or this way of being, But I do feel like this person might have a lot of pride. This person might have like, like just their pride in place here, And it's like a truth that they believed for some time. And so to undo this truth that they believed for some time, which wasn't who they truly are, somebody here, an identity that they had to create in order to be approved or seen or accepted. And the belief, like I feel for a lot of you guys, is like, I don't have to speak about my emotions, or that my emotions aren't valid, or that what I truly connect to inside my heart and my feels needs any sort of action, or taking action on, or spoken about. So this person might feel very uncomfortable, even even if they are allowed to. It's like I feel very uncomfortable speaking my emotions. And so they might even think that their truest identity is just like, like not speaking about how they feel. But I feel like this has been developed over some period of time. But I feel like it's so comfortable here in the energy of this connection that I don't feel like this person has to say much. They're just approved for who they are, like accepted. It's like, I see you. for just being you. There's nothing you have to do. And so the more this person's accepted, now this is coming through as well. How you'll know there's union here, the more accepting you are of this person, the more authentic this person can be. This person has a challenge in expressing their emotions and doing anything with it, which might be frustrating in a 3D sort of mindset. But when we know that love transcends past 3D and matrix, we accept people as they are. This person's been, I feel, traumatized here in some capacity, where it's very uncomfortable for this person to use words and even understand what it is that they're feeling, because they've suppressed it for so much. And their environment has encouraged this sort of understanding of this. So they haven't been called to have to deal with this or look at this or address this. And so they've been unhappy. And I feel like this person might be somebody, again, who might, again, like just not date. It could be somebody who just doesn't think that their needs are important, like the emotional needs of what they have here. And so they experience an emotional richness and depthness here, even if they're not communicating. It's like very, very, very deep, very, like it even says emotional deepness, because it's like, I never even thought that I could experience this part of myself. I don't think this person's ever experienced this part of themselves ever, ever. And so it's like, whoa, where's this coming from? This gut feeling I'm having of instant soul recognition. And then it's like on, and then there's this like instant sort of transformation that the universe is like guiding and orchestrating here. And so this could feel very scary and intense for sure, and because of what we know and having to release it and having to close the door to it could be very scary. So when this person is coming into union, I feel like they can no longer stay in the environments that they're in, whatever family situation. Maybe they make a major move out of their home or out of their country or out of their hometown, or like upturn all of their world even here, like their job, their house, their family, whatever it is here. And I feel like this person might even have a choice to make or have to leave some form of security that they do have, because they could have a form of already established thing that just doesn't allow this next level of soul growth. And so it might have to start over, and it's like, whoa. Or they might have to just start, because for some of you guys, I was feeling that this person hasn't even started. It's like, whoa, why? So they could be like on social assistance, or they could just be not striving for something, like there was nothing for me to have to want to build, because I was just okay where I was. It's like I was just sort of living my life, but I wasn't maybe, had any plans for any future empire or anything like this, or saving for a rainy day in any sort of way. I just sort of did my thing, hung out with my friends or my community, which is nothing wrong with that. But I didn't believe that I could have a future. I didn't believe that I was good enough to have something in the 3D. Okay. And like I say, for some of you guys, it's like they'll have to sort of go through starting over, because where they were at was like, that was the capacity. It's a trade-off. It's like either I stay there and I get the roof over my head, or the bank account, or this partnership or family situation, but it's trading off of the deepest love and feeling like safe and peaceful and understood and accepted and connecting to this part of myself that feels just really right to my soul. And my higher self is guiding me towards doing what feels more truthful rather than what feels more comfortable or more safe. Comfortable meaning like familiar, okay, not necessarily comfort, because and that's what's coming through is like their comfort zone did feel sort of comfortable because it was very familiar. And it's like, now here comes pile 4, okay, and it's that comfort is actually even more comfortable. And so it's like, whoa, but this is familiar and I'm already established here in some way. And it's like reason for me to make change, reason for me to find what it was where I thought I didn't have it within me to be capable or pull myself out of maybe a rut or a situation that was very stagnant, because there is more comfort here. There is more understanding. There's more love here. There's more soul food. There's more depth. There's more acknowledgement of truth of who I am. And there's more self-realization here. This is more aligned with my truth and my higher self, not where I was. And they might have believed that that was their truest self here. It's like, no, only when we see the light, only when we're guided. And I do feel this is a very divinely guided connection here. And this person might definitely feel this as well. And how they'll know is because they're seeing dream signs. There's a lot of telepathy that could be happening between the two. And the universe really seems like it keeps guiding this person in your direction. So it could be that this person might for some time try to avoid, try to deny this connection, try to not to talk to you or see you or come around you in some way initially, you know? And it's like this person has not been honest or just is avoiding talking to me or seeing me or wanting to take things to the next level here for who knows how long. And it's like, why? As like Spirit is saying, it's not because the feelings were instant and deep. It's because this person was trying to remain because of the intensity, and the universe was trying to get this person to work through releasing, and that this person really needs to close out this type of cycle in order for this person to finally connect to the truth of who they are. And so, yeah, it's like also working through this dualistic sort of energy, because I do feel like this person is in some sort of scarcity as like thinking mindset that's like the universe, you know, has created my set of circumstances and I'm sort of on the outs, or I'm sort of, it is what it is. And it's like, no, you are the universe. You are love itself. So you're worthy of experiencing deep love here. There is no duality here, you know, but I do feel like there is maybe going back and forth. There's like a need for this person to get balance. There is going to be a point where this person has to choose. And so how you'll know they're in union is because this person's coming to a point where they will have to choose. There's a choice here. And I feel like it's mirrored with this 2 ratio 2 or 2.2:2 is like they have a choice. You have a choice. Of course, we all have choice, but I think it's going to be how we'll know it's union. It's like, it's very, like divine guidance is bringing both you guys together at the point where both of you guys will be in a position to make a choice of each other at the right time. It's not going to be one sort of, you know, like, I don't know. I think both of you guys are going to have to make a choice on each other at the sort of around the same time here, because I do feel like maybe you're experiencing something that is also very profound and needing to be released, and your chapter is also closing out. There's something about you needing to understand something, you know, maybe something in regards to duality, but it is also a choice to choose what you want to do here with this person. And I feel like it could be also a journey of finding one's own true identity, but I feel like it's mutual here with the understanding of each other. And I feel like through this connection, both of you guys, I do feel, go through a release, and it could be, like I say, an ego death or a spiritual awakening of sorts, a massive transformation in your world. But I feel like the truth of who you are is found within each other. The authentic, truest self is found within each other, you know, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's like, whoa, I was thinking I was this other version, thinking that I had to be, or that was me. And that is far from the truth. And now that I see you or experience you or understood what this is instantly here, even if I was not wanting to see it, or even if it was confusing or intense, it's like I knew deep inside, and I was being guided from day one closer and closer to you. So this is a connection that'll keep bringing you guys together. There could be a lot of cycles, you know, in every single cycle, we sort of learn something more, grow closer together. But these cycles, I feel, are very, very divine and could be very infuriating. But it's like the cycles will continue until we close it out here with the world. And this world is in reverse, because I do feel when you guys go through this journey with this person, the cycles will be with you. So I don't feel like this is somebody who is, you know, awakened in some other connection, and then they're showing up in your world already sort of crystallized and understood. I feel like this connection is one in which this person works through closing out major world phase of theirs. So it's like where they've lived since they've been a child, or where they've been, like I say, like the major life thing here closes out. It's a major release. that this connection with you is, and with you as well, because I feel again is mirrored, is cycled here. And so this could be an on again, off again sort of connection. Okay, an on again, off again, or just we're maybe just and it might be something that isn't even formalized at any point, because I feel like at one point there is a choice to choose each other, but I do feel like it could be one that we're always sort of in contact, or like on the grand scheme, like we keep coming back to each other, but we could be on again, off again, with the repeats here. Okay, but I do feel as though this is somebody who only when their understanding of themselves falls away, and they see their truest identity, can they take action on their feelings for you, because then they'll want to act on the truest self. But I feel they must strip away everything that's not them. This process must happen before this person is sort of it comes towards you. And I do feel like this is the type of energy that will do whatever it takes, as long as it takes, to come towards you. I feel like this person, even if this is something that's like 30 years, 40 years, however long, I feel this person will be the type that would knock on your door and show up and say, here I am, however long it takes them. Because I do feel this person is very, pretty solid of a person here. And I do feel like they're, even if there are cycles of on again, off again, there's something about being committed and dedicated here to the end, And it's like, because of this experience, I think that they had, because this orphan energy was like, I was abandoned, or I know what it's like to feel lonely or not feel supported. And I do feel like this person doesn't want to do that with another. And I don't feel this person feels like you would do that to them. And so it's like, here I am, I'm not going to abandon you, or I'm not going to, I'm going to be committed here. And so, yeah, I don't feel this person will ever sort of go away. This person will do whatever it takes to sort of be in front of you, and however long, like I say. And I do feel it's going to take some time. There seems to be something about taking very long time here, to shed and to come into the authentic self. I do feel there's something about this person liking their independence, their freedom, but I feel like they're going to have to be comfortable in their own emotions and be able to still navigate through feeling free and feeling authentic to come towards you of their own volition. It's like, it's very important that they decide this and come to this understanding, and not focus on, I have nothing to offer here, because I do feel like this person could get into the mindset like maybe you're in a higher position in regards to finances, or maybe they think you're well off, or that you need them to invest somehow in creating some form of matrixy empire, and it's like, I don't have the thing to give to you, or I'm not in a position here to build a family. Or even this person could be the type of person that's like, I don't ever want to get married or have like a long-term commitment here. Okay, because that's their understanding of freedom. But it's coming from a scarcity mindset of fear of the orphan here. And it's like, but now that I experience a deeper truth of emotions here, it's like, I want to be with you forever. I want to be with you forever. And so maybe this person just also doesn't like labels, and doesn't like to put something in a box here. But it doesn't mean that this person isn't one who is in an uncommitted type energy, because they seem very, very committed, and they have their eye on this connection and on you. And so this is what I'm channeling here. So pile number 4, I'm going to take it off to the extended. For those of you guys who are a part of the membership, okay, you can click join to join the membership, but it's through the sustainer level membership only that will, I'll release the video, but I don't think I'm going to record it today. So this might be in the next few days in regards to the extended, which we'll look at what can you do about union. Okay, like what steps can you take? So it's sort of guidance and advice for your own union, for this connection, if you resonated with this. Okay, what you can do, and know that Spirit has given you everything you need to know here in regards to this person or this connection. If you can't make it there, then that's fine. Okay, but it will be only available through the membership, through the Sustainer membership. All right, and I'll put a link, like I say, below. So I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. And I will see you guys at the next one. Bye-bye.